What up, y'all? DCFAYGOGUY. Today we're going to be reviewing Shaggy 2 Dope's brand new EP, Professor Shaggs and the Quest for the Ultimate Groove. That is the only time I'm going to refer to this album as that. For the sake of it, we're just going to call it Professor Shaggs going forward. Weird ass name. I guess that was the one that won. If you don't know, Shaggy did a poll on the Shaggy Show naming his EP. That's the name that everyone came up with. When he first announced the EP, I was really excited for it. I was like, I think they should just simply call it the Shaggy Show EP, or I would even accept Shaggs the Clown. So it's kind of like we finally get Shaggs the Clown after all of these years. That was kind of where my head was going, but obviously it's not my album, so we ended up with Professor Shaggs and the Quest for the Ultimate Groove. I lied. That's the second time I'm going to say it, but it's a weird ass name, and yeah, I don't know. Going into this, I was super excited going into this. I'd seen some people before I even listened to it saying that it really wasn't that great. And then I listened to it to myself and I was like, yeah, yeah, not what I was expecting at all. Honestly, I was super excited for this more than Bloody Sunday because Shaggy usually comes correct. And with Fuck the Fuck Off, Motherfucker, he knocked that one out of the park. When Brother and when Gloomy Sunday came out, Gloomy Sunday was definitely the winner there. And I hate to say it, granted, Bloody Sunday is a full length album versus this EP. Violent J definitely won this round. And that's saying a lot because Bloody Sunday was pretty hit or miss on songs. It was pretty hit or miss with a lot of juggalos as well. To me, it just kind of felt uninspired, and I don't want to say lazy, and I don't want to say just sloppy, but it really felt uninspired. Like I think Shaggy just wanted to put something out there, and he had these beats, and he just kind of. And the best way that I can think of this, right? It's kind of like you're a kid and you're hungry, but it's almost dinner time, or you know what I mean. Like dinner's gonna be in like 3 or 4 hours, so your mom doesn't want to make like a lot of food for you or whatever. So she just gives you like a little snack. Like she makes you a quick little PB&J sandwich, something super easy and simple, gives it to you, and there you go. This is a PB&J sandwich. Like, yeah, it's new, it's nice, it's satisfying that hunger, but within another hour or two, you're gonna be hungry again, and by that time, it's dinner time. That's kind of the best way I can think to put that towards this EP. Is it's just Shaggy went in and he recorded over these beats, and this is what we got. There's not, to me, it doesn't feel like there's a real big theme to it. It feels like, again, I don't want to say sloppy or lazy. It just feels kind of uninspired listening to the lyrics on this as well. But the main song that I felt was a genuine song on here is "How You Been," and I'll just go ahead and say it. That's my favorite track. We'll go over the tracks in a minute, but Defy and I think it's what was the other one? Let me look at my notes real quick. This Ain't That Bitch. All right. So Defy and This Ain't That Bitch. Both of those songs, they have really good choruses. Very, very similar to Keep It Scrubbin' off Fuck the Fuck Off. Really great choruses. The beats really aren't that bad, but for whatever reason, Shaggy went in there and he just was so off flow. He was just rambling over the beat. You know what I mean? He's just rambling over the beat. Really don't have any flow. And when he does that kind of shit, it makes the song kind of blow. I just had flow. See, I didn't even do it right. He's just kind of rambling over it. There's really no, like, he's missing pockets. He's just not, he's way off beat. And that shit turns me off. It did the same thing with Keep It Scrubbin', which sucks because Keep It Scrubbin' was a really good beat. It was really good. And when you get to the chorus, it's like, keep it scrubbing, scrubbing, scrubbing them. You know what I mean? Like, it turns into a good song, but it's like, through each of those verses, it's just, it's kind of like, there's an irritation in your ear and you just want it to stop. So I usually end up skipping those, which sucks because I think that they're really good. Especially This Ain't That Bitch, man. There's some fucking great samples in there. But I just feel like I want to skip those songs. So let's go over my top tracks. Scroll down here to the bottom. Clown Boy, I thought was okay. This honestly, being that this was the first song, I felt like it didn't set me up for high expectations because it started off and I'm just kind of like, what are we doing here? And then I never listened to the singles when they came out. I was purposely waiting. I toyed with the idea of doing reactions, but I was like, at the time, there was other music that was interesting me, and I was just like, I want to just wait for that to come out. And I just did not listen to either of them. I will say Illuminati don't want me, as well as Done Giving a Fuck. They're not terribly terrible tracks, but they're definitely going to end up being kind of forgettable for me. I don't see myself wanting to listen to those very often in the future. Really, probably to be completely truthfully honest with you, the only song that'll end up maybe on a playlist or that I come back and visit is How You Been. I really like that song. Excuse me. I really like that song a lot, and that's really the only song I like on here. But I do have Clown Boy, Done Giving a Fuck, and How You Doing, or How You Been as my favorite songs, or my top songs on here. With, of course, How You Been being my favorite. The last two tracks, The Quest for and The Ultimate Groove, I've never even listened to them all the way through. I started to listen to The Quest for, and then I just kind of stopped because it was like it was telling a story, and I feel like maybe I need to listen to that story, but I find myself kind of bored not wanting to listen to it. And it's so close to the end, I'm just kind of like, all right, let's just be done with this listening session. And the artwork, from my understanding, the Quest for kind of ties the artwork into everything. So, because that was the other thing, is I felt like the artwork didn't really match the title. It just, the whole project feels kind of like a hodgepodge to me. Like Shaggy he just felt inspired to do something. He just went in there, did it with no theme or direction, and that's why he let everybody name the album. That's just where I'm at. This just feels like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich to hold us over for other music to come out. Which, this came out maybe a week after the Monstar Click released the Game Ain't Safe EP, and that album has just been drawing me back to it. So maybe that's part of the issue. Who knows? But all in all, wasn't overly impressed with Professor Shaggs. I just wasn't. And I'm just going to be completely honest, and that is what it is. But anyway, tell me down below what you guys thought about Professor Shaggs and the Quest for the Ultimate Groove. There we go. There's the third time I said it. That's it. I'm done saying it. But tell me down below what you guys thought about Professor Shaggs. Did you like it? Was it not what you were expecting? Did you hate it? Tell me. I'll see you guys in the comments. I thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time.